Raise your hand if you have siblings. Now keep your hand raised if you have more than 2. 3. 11. 11 siblings. It sounds insane, right? Well, unfortunately, I have 11 siblings. Now, I know that might sound like a lot to handle, but I only live with 3 of them, and I only like 1. Neil Shiflett. Neil Shiflett is my older brother, and he has been with me for all 17 years of my life. He was there for me in middle school, and he was there for me academically in high school. Whenever I supported him, he supported me in return. Neil Shiflett, a friend, a colleague, my favorite senior, my brother, has changed my life for good in more ways than one with the simplicity of our relationship. The first few years that I'm going to talk about are my years in middle school. Starting in 6th grade, Neil wasn't always there, and being in a new space with new people gave me a lot of anxiety. Now, he wasn't there for me as a guy, which made me distrust him, because in Windermere, or old school, Neil promised that he would always be with me. And this year we had a distant sibling dynamic, where he was only friends with me because we were related. However, on the summer between 6th and 7th grade, Neil and I restored our bond through deep conversations, the kind that you would have with a therapist. And by the start of 7th grade, our relationship was so strong, allowing for more interactions on the bus and in the halls, and sometimes even while Neil was in class. Even though Neil was focused on academics, he still made time for me. But as the year progressed, Neil grew more distant as he was moving up to the high school. This made me feel abandoned, like a rapper that was just tossed to the side. However, in 8th grade, our connection suffered due to the separation of buildings, but this didn't generate stress and anxiety because I grew as a person, because being with Neil helped me to grow more extroverted and have more friends. And the similarities between us, such as our musical theater and our academic excellence, gained positive comparisons from teachers and staff. This motivated me to try harder to move up to Neil's academic level. These experiences in middle school constitute a brief yet significant chapter in the broader narrative of our relationship, highlighting the complexities and the impact. Now, our relationship is much like the ocean, where it is calm and warm most of the time, but other times it is cold, rocky, and has a bunch of storms. Our storm is the high school. High school is often deemed the most challenging phases in one's life, and my experiences with Neil exemplify that rumor. Our friendship restarted at band camp, where I noticed a slight change in Neil's demeanor. He wasn't the bright and bubbly kid I knew in middle school anymore. He was more distant and secretive. And at the start of 9th grade, it felt much like my 6th grade years, where it was a new place and new people, but I had my guide this time. Even though Neil was distant, like I said before, Neil and I were friends, and this made me feel special, because in Neil's sophomore year, he didn't have many friends because of a conflict that emerged in his freshman year. However, he eventually spread rumors about me. These rumors were not true, and they had gotten so bad that I started to learn things that I didn't know about myself. This added a distrust in him. He eventually apologized after I talked to him, said that he lied, and told everyone that they were fake. As sophomore and junior year unfolded, our relationship grew through our academics, as Neil and I shared many classes such as history, band, and drama. We used to play this game where we had to guess the mystery country, and this allowed us to have talks on the busy days. Now, junior year was a little more rocky, with many conflicts between Neil and other students. However, Neil and I were still friends, and these conflicts gave us things to laugh about. Amidst these conflicts, the biggest event in our lives by far emerged: graduation. During graduation, I was a monsoon. In fact, I was crying for hours afterward. I cried the last time I played my instrument with Neil, and I cried when he walked across the infamous stage. If that doesn't show the impact that Neil had on my life, then I don't know what does. Neil Shiflett, a friend, a graduated senior, my brother, changed my life for better or for worse over the course of our middle and high school careers. Neil had made such an impact on me that wherever he goes, I want to go, and whatever he does, I want to do. Now, I know that might sound like obsession, but I promise you it's not. It's just that I can't face the fact that I won't be with him anymore. However, being compared to him makes me want to try harder so that I can succeed in my academics. And Neil has helped me to be more extroverted over the years, allowing me to have more friends, do my love for musical theater, and take this class. Now, the way that Neil changed my life is seen in me every single day. And although Neil leaving for New York City is just another step in our journey, for me it feels like the end, but to him it's just the beginning.